Rangers, a singular vision between Brindlewolf and Lunaria would turn into Rise Radio, radio inspiring singers everywhere. And not too long after that, Rise Awakenings would come onto the scene to bring you shows of inspiration, spiritual uplift, and heightened awareness. And together they formed the Rise Radio Networks. And just like the phoenix rising from the ashes, we have a new home on the web called Embers of Light. Come and check it out.
A pulse of light, let it begin. The night dissolves, the day will spin. Rise awakenings, hear the call. Through the static, we break the wall. Your station, your voice where dreams awaken and climb. Rise awakenings, now is the time. It's Brindlewolf and Diane, so listen up if you can. Yeah, journey with them today as they help you find your way. Oh, mental wellness is the topic of the hour. Mental health and the power to tap into our alignments will lead to our refinements. Phoenix Talk, a show like you've never seen. Phoenix Talks, awareness that has never been. Phoenix Talks with Brindlewolf and Diane. Phoenix Talks, so tune in if you can.
Words are like weapons from the ego test, stabbing the heart, gaslit at best, not coming from truth, enlarging the fear, never being enough. The end could be near. Resentment is growing, anger is flowing, reality showing. Don't you see how much I've done for you? Demanding for more, otherwise we're through. Always one-sided, ego divided. Why can't you see what wasn't done for me? The words that we say cut straight to the heart, can light like a flame or tear us apart. But the bitterness grows when we don't get our way. The weapon of words
for me. Feeling let down, drawing the sword, the words of the hurt, lunging straight for pride takes over, passion drives in, breathing forgotten, peace not let in, when it's not seen. Not seen. How much I've done for you? It's true. Demanding for more. Otherwise we're through. Always one-sided, ego divided. Divide, can you see? Can't you see what wasn't done for me? Feelings rise, offer a chance for a better ending. And circumstance, take a breath, let the peace in, hold back the pride, and healing begin.
Hey, everyone.
Hello.
Welcome back to Phoenix Talks. We had to take a week off. but
That
we
was
are-
my fault. I'm
it
still
was-
in pain, but it's not as bad.
But that's okay. That's okay. Sometimes we just got to take care of ourselves a little bit more, and that takes precedence. And that
Yes.
was one of those times. And, we wouldn't be what we taught if we didn't do that for ourselves every once in a while, right?
Yes, indeed. Let's talk about that song. Holy moly, that's deep, and I know it triggered a lot of people. Let's talk about why we're doing this topic.
How much I've done for you, but I'll tell you this, and then we have a surprise for you guys. Some of you already know, but most of you don't. The song came about because of some recent events, and while it's not just a cry of how I feel, it's a cry of how people involved feel, because there's things that happen on both sides. And when we get divided in certain situations, regardless of what that situation is, if there is some hurt involved, the thought, and this is on both ends, the thought of how much I've done for you and you're treating me like this arises. That's why I was warning everyone. It's not exactly what you think. So let's bring out our special guest. Can you guess who it is? Can you? It's my lovely partner in crime, Carrie Lunaria Lynn.
I want to do this.
Monkey's not in the middle, is he?
Do you want me to shuffle?
Put him in the middle, man.
All right, close your eyes so you don't get dizzy.
Okay. Oh, that didn't work. There we go. Now we're
Unfortunately, I can't pick one up and decide where it goes. I have to shuffle it around. But yes, the recent events that happened did inspire the topic, but it is not that's not what the topic is all about.
Right. So, where do we start, Micah?
Sure, ask me. That's the monkey in the middle where we're going to start with this.
Well, in light, okay, so then I'll ask a question, and then maybe you could start with an answer to that question. What came to the surface emotionally, which created this inspiration?
Literally, the theme of the song came
Mhm.
because there was a lot that had been done that felt like it was ignored.
So it was very one-sided, and you felt well, unacknowledged and undervalued
Right.
and unappreciated.
And now here's the thing, and I want everybody to recognize this, that I hold accountable for any actions that I had, but
Mhm.
at the same time, I know that on the other side of the coin, that there were similar feelings.
Mhm. Yeah. And I guess that's kind of at the root of it, because we're, friends collide sometimes, parents collide, and children. It's just any any dynamic. We're going to have some kind of friction, and that is going to bring up those feelings of I'm not heard, I'm not seen, I'm not understood, I'm not appreciated, etc., etc. At the root of all of that, it is our pride, which was also in the song.
And
That
that's actually at the root of the topic.
of the topic is the pride.
Yes.
And I guess maybe we could start there, because for all of us humans, it's really hard for us to accept that we're not receiving that acknowledgement and that understanding, and not feeling. It's really annoying when we're not feeling heard. It's frustrating as fuck. There's another dollar. It's frustrating.
Swear
And
all you want, it's going right to Rise.
yes. For us as human beings. And it's because our ego is like, but what about, but what about, but what about? And, but I did, but I did, but I did, but I said, right? And it's like that echo of I'm not being heard. So
Yeah.
it attacks our pride, because our pride is like, well, am I not worth being heard? It goes right down to that point on the bottom. Am I not worth being heard by this person that I care about? When instead, we can realize that, oh, in what ways am I not validating myself and acknowledging myself and appreciating myself? And it has nothing to do with that other person. It has to do with the fact that they're showing me perhaps we are not in alignment and not resonating with one another and don't share the same values and beliefs.
Polygrammer's going to jump right in. It
It
is
is
hard
hard.
to practice.
Go ahead.
It is hard to practice gratitude when you feel that your contributions go unseen and or acknowledged. Yes,
Yes,
it
the
is.
gratitude is for you, though. You give yourself gratitude. It's not for the other person. It's the self validation, the self gratitude, the self acknowledgement that has to happen. You don't need it externally. Your ego needs it. Your lower, that pride ego needs it, because you want to feel seen and heard. And you all know that that's from our trauma, from never being heard or seen or understood or valued or appreciated.
And there's so much time that's spent trying to prove yourself. I'm a professional at this one. That you spend so much time trying to prove that you're worth being seen, heard, acknowledged, allowed.
Right.
That
Oh, I think
you
that we
you
all.
you wind up leading with ego, coming across conceited, coming across as arrogant, when you just don't know what's going to click with the people that you're trying to impress.
Yeah.
And then wound up with, what happened?
Right.
After all I've done, what happened?
Right. Right.
Yeah. I'm gonna throw a monkey wrench in it though.
Go
Please.
for it.
So, speaking from a different situation, similar experiences, when you're giving your all to somebody and you're doing and doing and doing and doing for them, and they're not appreciating it, and they're not even acknowledging it, what about the fact that they didn't ask for it in the first place? How much of it are you doing for yourself and not necessarily?
That's valid. Right. That's
Good monkey
another
wrench.
that's another perspective of it. That's another another circumstance. That's absolutely it. How many of it is self-inflicted?
Because I can say from experience that most of mine was self-inflicted, and all that time spent being upset that I wasn't acknowledged for all the things that I was doing, and all the time and the effort and the money and everything else that I was putting into someone else and getting nothing in return, and getting so bent out of shape for it and so angry about it, but never asked for that.
And a lot of times that's where that whole what Michka was just saying comes in. Because of what he was saying.
And then your ego and your pride gets hurt really bad, and you're like, oh, and then it's like, oh, I'm not what I think I am. I'm not what they don't like me. They're not they don't see the real me. It's not, and you've done all this putting yourself out there, and it was never asked for. They never expected it. They didn't necessarily even want it.
So here's the thing. If we're continuously trying to prove ourselves, and we're inflicting all of this upon ourselves to a certain degree or another, then we are, in essence, not being our authentic self to begin with.
Exactly.
So how are they supposed to see us and like us and accept us and hear us and whatever if we're not actually showing up? We're just showing up as someone who's trying to prove themselves, which is not the same person.
Yeah. And why in our trauma, as we go into relationships, we do that all the time. It seems we're constantly, from the very beginning, trying to prove ourselves.
Yeah.
Instead of just being ourselves, because we have so much history of never being accepted and not being okay with who we are, that we try to push our good parts out onto somebody and say, look at me, look at the good stuff I do. Don't ignore the other stuff that I, do sometimes. Focus on this. I did this for you. I'm doing this for you. I'm making you dinner. I'm doing this. I'm focused on this stuff. And you're constantly bombarding them with all the stuff that you've done for them. And what they're doing is not picking up on it and learning and going, oh, wow, she really is a great person. She's doing, no, you're pushing them further and further away because you're clinging like a freaking leech.
Yep.
Yeah. It's that fear of rejection. We have that fear of rejection because we've been rejected. And so our pride gets in the way. Because we want so badly for them to see us.
Yeah. And then we're stuck in that, oh, it's another one that doesn't see the good and only sees the bad. Well, you just pushed it out onto them.
Right.
You just acted like a egomaniac. Well, look at all I do for you. And expected them to respond when they're like, okay.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah.
And just so we're clear, when we say, look at all that I've done for you, that's not healthy. Just so we're clear. Nope. Because every single one of us at some point in our history has overextended ourselves to someone and said, look what after all I did, even if you didn't say it to the person directly and you just vented somewhere else in whatever survival mode you were in, that has come out of everyone's mouth because we all experience that aspect and that cycle of that having to prove ourselves because we've not been heard, seen, understood, appreciated, blah, blah, blah. Right?
Right.
And I'm seeing a lot in the chats happening here.
Oh yeah, I'm having trouble keeping up.
That's a great chat.
It is a great chat. I love seeing you guys so active out there. Thank you so much.
Yes, yes. And this is an important topic because in any dynamic of a relationship, we're going to have conflict. And it's how we move through that conflict that matters. We understand why these things happen. And if your relationship is one-sided and you're trying to so if you're actually continuously trying to prove yourself, it's one-sided. Just know it's not healthy. If you catch yourself trying to prove yourself or feeling like you're not enough for this person and trying to convince them of something, just know they're triggering you. And it's already one-sided. You're already overextending yourself. So there's your indicator. How you respond to people tells you what's going on and tells you what you need to know about them. Your needs, the need that's missing, right? The needs that are missing triggers that rejection.
Right.
Yep. And instead of recognizing that, you push harder.
Mm-hmm.
And then it just keeps snowballing.
Right.
Yeah.
The more you do, the further they pull away. So the more you do, and the further they pull away, and it's just like chasing. You're never going to catch up.
Yeah, it's like the donkey and the carrot.
If you do things just for the expectation of being liked, guess what's not going to happen?
You're not going to be liked.
Mm-mm.
No. So what happens when we don't feel like someone's being honest with themselves and with us, because they can't be honest with us if they're not being honest with themselves. And that's why it's one-sided, because the song also said, and we also said, that it's both of you feeling that way. So since you're both feeling that way, and my reality is real and their reality is real, well, so here's what I suggest in order to discern, because like we internalize stuff, right? We're going to say like, well, am I the problem? What's going on? And how come they couldn't see me? First of all, always self-reflect, no matter what, period. Always self-reflect, because whether you're right or you're not right or whatever, there is no right or wrong. There's just understanding yourself so that you can move through your own trauma. Okay. If the scenario is quote unquote, loosely right or wrong, understand please that if your actions and behaviors and thoughts and words were in alignment with your heart-centered space, and you took into consideration compassionately the perspective and scenario of everyone around you, and acted in accordance with consideration and respect towards everyone, you're okay. If the other person lacked the consideration, compassion, empathy, and understanding, and is lying you can see that they're lying to themselves, because their actions and behaviors do not match their words. That's your cue. But it's hard to know that, because sometimes it takes time for things to unfold. How do you know if their actions and words don't match? Because they do a couple times and act in the beginning. How many of us have dated narcissists or have narcissistic parents and friends? And okay. Sometimes there's a lot of fakey to fakey presentations going on. And it takes time and life experiences to unfold for us to watch them and how they treat others, how other people respond to them. If everyone else is always like, do they always blame everybody else? Do they take accountability appropriately and apologize appropriately? Or do they still blame everyone? Like pay attention to those signs, because that will tell you about the one-sidedness. And that doesn't mean prove yourself and try harder. That means reevaluate. Right? Your pride is getting hurt.
I'm just going to throw this up to answer your question.
Everybody in here, yes. Your pride got hurt for a reason, because there is some level of disrespect that you're feeling. Unless you're one of those that takes things personally unnecessarily. Again, you got to evaluate. That's why the self-reflection is important. I'm talking too much.
You're fine. But I'm going to throw a comment up from Michelle real quick. Some come in our lives for a lesson learned. Others come in and walk the same path you're on.
Yeah. Huh. Yes. 100%.
Love that.
Yeah.
We have a question from Bubble Kittens. Okay, is this why we tend to be exhausted when we haven't done anything to be exhausted?
If you surround yourself with the wrong people, it will drain you.
100%.
That's a yes. Pay attention to the energy, right?
Oh, I don't want to do this. Hold on. I just clicked something by accident. Might be.
I just got fancy there for a second.
Shed words on her face.
I feel special.
That'd be nice. You could just have the words.
You have a little schmutz
face,
right
you don't have
there.
I don't have to say shit. Just read my face.
Oh gosh. Thank you, Publicans.
Now, Polyjammerous also, she says, I have friends in my life who tend to help when I can. Who I tend to help when I can, but I have had to limit how much and how often when it became too demanding or I felt overwhelmed by it. Still, I enjoy being the one people come to for help. That's where this isn't. Because that's not out of pride. That is out of community. That's out of friendship. That's out of authenticity while maintaining your boundaries. That's not trying to prove something. That's not trying to bring up your own sense of self-worth through false pride, which so many are guilty of. Hey, look at me. Look at all I can do. Look at what I'm doing for you. Oh, wait, you're not noticing. Why are you not noticing? You should be noticing. You should be seeing everything that's being done. Why aren't you seeing that? That's not authentic. If I was doing a reading, I'd slap myself in the face with a card. Okay?
It's pretty manipulative when you think about it.
It is.
Well, we're not going to treat ourselves shamefully.
It's full of this.
Yes.
No, but I mean, but you have to realize that that's a form of manipulation when you're doing that. You're trying to manipulate that other person, and force a feeling upon them that they just don't have, and you can't do that.
No.
Right. I'm reading.
There is a branch that I want to make sure that we get to. Your jobs. Who's ever been laid off, released, demoted when you have been busting your ass?
Yep.
For months, years, and it comes out of nowhere. Did you have the feeling of, you're doing this to me after all I've done? Please don't lie to me.
Yes.
That was another reason for this episode.
Right.
Because I know that that's happened as well to people. They could be in a job for 10 years, a star employee, showing up, doing the things.
Michael's everyone in here.
Going above and beyond.
Yeah.
And then, for no reason, apparently, or one small slip up. One. Gone. And then the broadcast begins. I can't believe what they did to me after everything I've done. And that's where hurt pride is authentic. That is okay to feel that way. Because you did give it your all in that situation. unless you didn't, which I've had employees who didn't when I was in that situation. After all I've done, after all of you, what you've done, then it's hurt pride. I mean, if you haven't done the job, then yeah, you deserve to get canned. And if you can feel however you want to feel, bye.
Right.
It's all in how you have participated. It's an interesting word to choose.
But the reality is we are participating in our own experience. So how we choose to participate in our own experience is going to depend on our level of awareness. And that's why we have these discussions, because we're trying to help you raise your level of self-awareness so that you can catch yourself when you're feeling that pride moment, that twinge of, what the heck? After all I've done. Because we do give ourselves to the best of our abilities and capabilities in different dynamics on the job and relationships, whatever. We really do try to give our best. At least I think I can say that for this group. Okay. So it is kind of, you feel like you get the rug slipped out from under you, and it's a slap in the face because you took your energy, your time, your experience, your knowledge, and poured it in somewhere that didn't even see you and that doesn't give two shits about you as a human being. And I think that part is probably the most hurtful one, because of the fact that you want to be seen. And it's hurtful when you put all this effort in and wear yourself out, and then you're not accepted.
Let's take a look at this. Honestly, I now believe it is 100% projection of one's will and belief in one's own vision that allows it to manifest. But I may be Delulu. You're not Delulu.
I love that word, by the way. It's one of my favorite words.
You are not Delulu. Because the experience that we have in this life, in every single moment, is a projection of our inner thoughts, creating an experience that creates feelings. And then what we do with them next is a projection of how we. And what triggers we have inside, what traumas, what PTSD, what CPTSD, God, that's hard to say, that we have lingering. It gets ignited. And if we don't have, and I'm using we literally, if we don't have certain people that we can trust in our lives that can anchor that feeling, allow that release. And even those that are closest to us who think that they can and know how, they're going to fumble. They're going to get messy with how they try. But having that anchor so that you know is vital. It is important. Having somebody that you trust, that you can and know is going to sit by you, stand by you, and call you on your bullshit once you calm down. I feel you.
Who, me or Carrie?
I'm freezing up, so I'm more paying attention to it when I'm frozen and not frozen at the moment.
So
No,
I think
the only thing go ahead. The only thing that was going through my mind was you just gotta what you added the part about when they calm down. Don't tell somebody something when they're upset about something else.
Yeah. But we have the capability of projecting how we feel incorrectly because of where our experience has gone. And when that is taken literally without somebody understanding, this is something that happens. This is what a trigger looks like. A trigger might be in reality. It might be based on very real feelings, very real experiences, very real situations. But the subconscious and the brain are your enemies in those moments. And if you are not ready to hear to be told to be calm, exactly, Marie. What she said, okay, down there. That's going to happen. And the bark is going to be worse than the bite. But so many times the bark is what's held onto, as that is that who that person is. That's not who that person is. That's what's that moment is.
That's their wound. That's their inner child trying to survive that moment for themselves. And that's true for all of us. So I think what I want everyone to remember with this whole conversation is to process what you have going on with yourself first in that moment. Because it's very, very easy for our pride to get in the way. It's very, very easy for us to not be able to see the reality, which is we're just not aligned. There's just a difference in beliefs because we do project. Sparrow says someone who enjoys playing with your triggers probably isn't the best to have around. Absolutely not, because if they recognize how to do that to you and do it continuously, regardless of the conversations that you have to try to rectify the situation and how much you try to prove yourself, etc., you're not going anywhere. Just accept that you're misaligned. It doesn't mean that there's something wrong with you, because again, we internalize things unnecessarily. That's the pride gets in the way because we're internalizing it, but we don't need to internalize it. We can appreciate ourselves and value ourselves and then decide, I'm not going to overextend myself anymore. I'm going to do things differently moving forward. In what ways am I overextending myself? And,
Right.
you know, that's one of the hardest things for especially the overgivers and the people pleasers in the group. I'm calling you all out.
Everyone in the room again.
Everyone here. We'll save you from typing it. Everyone here.
How do you, Bubblekins is asking, how do you figure out what is pride and ego and what isn't? So,
Thanks for catching that.
yes. So everything is ego, good and bad. So that's a whole separate thing. But pride, there's good pride and bad pride. Right now we're talking about the pride that's not the one that's healthy, because you should be proud of yourself when you accomplish something. That's good. But this stuff that we're talking about this isn't healthy. If it doesn't feel right, Bubble Kittens, it ain't right, because you know it doesn't feel right, right? That's why you're triggered. Your body tells you first, your nervous system's in fight or flight, and you're trying to decide what's going on because it adds confusion to the moment. And you have to pause yourself and recognize, was there a disrespect? Do I feel unheard? You have to evaluate yourself so that you know what needs are not being met in that moment, that you internalized something that triggered your pride to kick on. Okay? Because you're taking things personally. So I wanted to call out the people pleasers, because it's especially hard for the people pleasers to pause themselves and ask themselves in the moment, do I need to do this for this person, or am I overextending myself? When you're retraining yourself to have different actions and behaviors moving forward, you have to play editor with yourself, like you're editing a book and taking out paragraphs and sentences. You have to edit yourself and decide, am I overextending self by X, Y, and Z? That's really hard. So that's going to be your homework and your challenge, people pleasers. Stop.
Okay.
defending
I
yourself.
I got to call somebody out, whoever I just felt, because my inner child warning went off.
Oh boy, who done it?
So I don't know, and if they don't, you don't have to say who you are in the chat or in the replay. But whoever I'm feeling right now, I want you to close your eyes for a moment. And I want you to imagine that younger version of you. And I want you to approach him or her with as much love as you can muster. And I want you to tell them that they're safe, that they're loved, that they matter, that they're enough. And look at what they become. Look at what they've gotten through. And that they don't have to carry this anymore. You've got them. And you won't let anything happen to them if you can help it. And you can feel safe once more.
And in doing so, you validate yourself and you acknowledge yourself, and that helps you lead into the gratitudes towards yourself too, because that's what's going to help you understand. Because you have to allow yourself to move from pride to confidence. Okay, because that's the other end of it. So bring yourself into that state of confidence, knowing that you're coming from a heart-centered space, knowing that whatever you do, you're not expecting anything in return. You give with your heart from an overflow, not from a, I'm trying to prove myself, people-pleasing state. So give yourself an opportunity to shift into that confidence through what Michka was just telling you to do, giving yourself that sense of safety.
And it's not going to bullshit you. When you're in a moment, you're not going to be able to do that. You're just not. Not at first.
No,
I mean,
but
some people have practiced to the point where shit just rolls right off the show. Okay, I messed up. I felt this way. All right, next. Whatever.
But your body's going to tell you. You're just going to have to trust your body's telling you something, and just in that very moment that you're having that conflict, you can say, "I got my own back," and just leave it at that. Remind yourself, "I got my own back. I'm okay. I'm safe," and then worry about the rest later.
I see you wanting to ask somebody.
Yeah, there's a question that was asked that I wanted to address. There's nothing wrong with giving. It's giving for the right reasons. If you're giving because it makes you feel good, which I know for me, it makes me feel good. But if you're giving and you're expecting something in return, even if it's just a thank you, if you're expecting anything in return, then you're not just giving. You're out of love. You're giving with some pride mixed in there. You're hoping that what you're doing is going to be noticed. Now, we all hope that what we're doing is going to be noticed. But if you're doing something out of the goodness of your heart, there's no expectation from it.
Mm-hmm. Right.
If there's that's how you can know, what's right and what's wrong. If you're comfortable and you give and you feel good about it, no matter what the response is, you're just doing it out of the goodness of your heart. That's a completely different thing than if you're giving to somebody to try and get something in return.
And I'm seeing something in the comments that says someone said something about ignoring their gut because they were diagnosed with PTSD and was told that their gut or intuition was overreacting and they shouldn't trust it. Oh, hell no.
I didn't mean to do that. I'm just scrolling. Now I got to find that one and get it off because I don't know where it is.
That was me. This is what happens when there's too many, cooks in the kitchen.
Outside.
I knew exactly which comment she was referring to, so I pulled it up.
So always trust your gut. But what you're going to do is you're going to pause yourself and ask yourself, does what my gut is feeling is bleh, does this tell me, or is this, is this reminding me of something that is keeping me safe and alerting me to something, or is this specific scenario it doesn't matter. It's not valid in this specific scenario. So my gut is reminding me of this, reminds me of something from the past, but maybe it doesn't have value here in this circumstance. So
Right.
you have to ask yourself first, does this circumstance and situation have value in this particular scenario? And if the answer is yes, then you can go into trusting your intuition, trusting your gut, and allowing yourself to respond in a way that doesn't take things personally, doesn't go into that little child, and just speaks authentically what your boundaries are, what your needs are, what your truth is, and allow yourself to experience that. It's going to take a while for your body to adjust to all of that. I just need you to understand that the body is very slow. It's programmed to keep us safe, and since most of those scenarios have not been safe, we're going to naturally respond in that sympathetic nervous system. So in order to bring ourselves back, we have to do that mental work for ourselves in that moment.
It's now the metaphors are crazy for me sometimes, but it's like waiting for the water to heat up when you're taking a shower. From the mind to the body. Because the mind works like that. You got a water heater, everything's heated up, it's ready to go. But when you turn on that knob, you're not going to be able to just jump right into the shower unless you have a really, really good system. So give yourself the time. Give yourself the grace
Right.
of time.
And remember, doing the work, pausing yourself and
Wow.
processing. I know that was thunder. We have a thunderstorm.
The timing was wow.
It really was.
That's what I was responding to. Like,
Spirit has spoken.
hey,
So mark that spot in the replay, because that apparently, and that's not pride talking. That's just apparently somebody up there wanted.
upstairs is saying that you got that right.
We love punctuation.
Yes, we do.
We also love humility. It's so important when you're proud of yourself. It goes a long way in how you protect your image to others. If you stay humble on the journey, people notice. Good pride example.
Right. So that self-acknowledgement piece is necessary when you have your pride pop up for you. This is an opportunity for you to affirm yourself. It's an opportunity for you to prove to yourself that you don't have to prove yourself to anyone, right? And it's an opportunity for you to decide, am I truly aligned with that individual, or are we not on the same page at all like I thought we were? Because our biggest disappointment is our own expectations. And so we technically trigger our own pride because we project our expectations into circumstances, or we make assumptions about their intentions or beliefs based on what they're saying. But that just might be, they might have a different interpretation of what they're saying than you do. So we have to be mindful of not making assumptions, not taking things personally, and understanding that we're triggering our own pride.
And yes, Bubble Kittens, it is hard to have pride in what you do when you've been constantly told pride is evil and that you're full of it.
That means
there's one final branch that this was teetering on that I want to make sure that we got to. Forget the bosses, forget the fights with friends, forget trying to prove yourself to others, forget the external pride. Time to go inward and ask yourself, why do I treat myself after all I've done for you? Why do you still treat yourself this way? You've gotten through so much. You've done so much for yourself. You don't need to treat yourself this way anymore. It's not a matter of pride. It's not a matter of ego. It's not a matter of safety. It's a matter of you loving you for you in the way that you are. And you will have the people around you who understand you, who love you for you. So why can't you?
All of that. And just to answer what was asked before, what was mentioned before, that tells me that no one ever told you they were proud of you, and that you were around a lot of arrogant people, and they projected arrogance as pride. So don't confuse the two. And there is healthy pride. You should be proud of yourself. I'm shooting on you. You should be proud of yourself for how far you've come and what you've accomplished, and for having your own back.
When pride gets in the way and we do something that we're proud of, we want to show everybody who thought that we couldn't. Hoping that then they'll understand, then they'll see, then they'll accept. But here's the edge of that double-edged sword. That's the side they see. They don't see you. Not all of you. They see that part. And if you stray from that part, you're going to be let down.
Favorite comment of the day. Where to go? There it is. This one.
Yes.
They are. Thank you for that, Dallas. Expectations are planned disappointments.
Yep.
Yes. 100%.
Mm-hmm. Expectations are directly tied to judgments. In what ways are you judging yourself? That you hurt your own pride.
Michael. Oh, we
Good
all
on
know
you.
you're dead sexy, man.
Good on you.
What a great chat tonight.
Yeah. Really was.
Whew. So y'all have your homework.
You have your life work.
Hmm?
It's not homework anymore. It's life work.
It's life work. Y'all have your life work. Oh, I think I'm going to try that on. I like that. That's so much better than homework. Nobody likes homework.
No one likes homework.
Homework.
But if you want a better life for yourself, it's life work.
Yeah.
Rise up.
Rise up and go love yourself.
Rise up, bloom, illuminate, all those things.
Speaking of, I want to give a quick shout out to everybody who has tested out the new website today and are watching the show from it.
That's awesome.
I'm so excited. Michael J., you have created such an amazing thing. You really have. It's got some bugs. What technology doesn't?
Right.
You work through them. You make it better. Every time you work through a bug, it is incredible. There are chat rooms. You can, unless you watch Twitch for somebody else, you could literally eliminate the app. Listening to Zeno, you could eliminate the app because you can listen. Both are available on the website, and each of the DJs are going to have their own chat rooms on for their live shows. You can watch the replays. You can get merchandise. It's just Wow.
He's done such an incredible job. Michael, thank you for all the work that you put in, because it wouldn't exist if you didn't do that. It's amazing. You did a fantastic job.
We throw up the QR code right now. The link will be in the description below if you're watching this on YouTube, or if you go over to YouTube, the link will be in. It's an easy website to remember, though, embersoflight.net. You don't even need a www. It's just embersoflight.net. And it's free to download, free to join. Anything beyond that, thank you. I keep hearing, when I think about Embers of Light, Rise Radio Networks, Rise Awakenings, Rise Radio Station, and we have another one about to come out. We just have some kinks to figure out for that too. We have a third station about to launch, and that'll be called Frequencies. So more on that soon.
That's so exciting.
I keep hearing, you ain't seen nothing yet.
Bow, bow. Baby.
Nothing yet. Now I'm gonna have that song stuck in my head.
Here's your worm for the day.
And when I'm having a low day and I hear that in my head, it keeps me going. I'm not here for pride. This is a calling for me.
Yes. And you know what? This is true for all of us. We didn't come this far just to come this far. Let's keep rising.
Exactly. I'm not going to go through the list because you can catch that on the website or over on the Facebook page. Stephanie Bubble Kittens has been doing great with making sure that everybody is in the know when a show is going to go on. And I will give you another, there it is. I can't think and click at the same thing. Yes. Stephanie, thank you for all you do too. You do an amazing job over on the Facebook page, and it really helps out. Thank you.
It certainly helps me because I suck at that Facebook stuff. Thank you, Stephanie.
But we do have a premiere date for Mystic Mist with Amanda, also known as Papa Duck 78. That is going to be May 10th. She is going to be doing a Sunday show from 4 to 5 p.m. Eastern, so that it's easy for everybody to catch in the States, out of the States, around the world, wherever. And that'll be over on Rise Radio. Really excited for that, because let me pull up her description so that I can tell you exactly in her words. Songs you get lost in. She wants songs you get absolutely lost in, whether that be heartfelt, emotional, nostalgic, sentimental, or the opposite end of the spectrum. We're talking heavy rock, metal, theatrics and dramatics, epic versions, mashups, and layer projects. She wants to hear and play your get lost songs. So she has a submission room set up in line. Go ahead and get into that if you're over in Rise Radio community online. Get her those songs that you want to get lost in. So, thanks, Carrie, for being here. Thank you, Lunaria, for joining us tonight.
Absolutely. Anytime. You know I love y'all.
I love you. And I'll see you tomorrow. We're going to see y'all
in the morning.
Yep, we'll be back tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Eastern, right back here on this same channel on Twitch for the core. What shit are we not going to make up tomorrow?
No telling.
No telling. But love you guys.
We love you.
Love yourselves. Keep glowing, keep growing, and keep going. And we will see you tomorrow. And just in case you missed it at the first time, here's how much I've done one more time.
Words are like weapons from the egoist, stabbing the heart, gaslit at best, not Resentment is growing, anger is flowing, reality showing, don't you see? How much I've done for you, demanding for more, otherwise we're through, always one-sided, ego divided, why can't you see what wasn't done for me? The words that we say cut straight to the heart, can light like a flame or tear us apart. But the bitterness grows when we don't get our way. The weapon of words slice through the day. Blood is pumping, heart is thumping, anxiety is jumping, can't they see? How much I've done for you, demanding for more, otherwise we're through, always one-sided, ego divided, why can't you see what wasn't done for me? Feeling let down, drawing the sword, the words of the hurt, lunging straight for pride takes over, passion drives in, breathing forgotten, peace not let in, when it's not seen. Not how much I've done for you, it's true, demanding for more, otherwise we're through, always one-sided, ego divided, can't you see what wasn't done for me? Feelings rise, offer a chance for a better ending, and circumstance, take a breath, let the peace in, hold back the pride, and healing begin.
It's Brindlewolf and Diane, so listen up if you can. Yeah, journey with them today as they help you find your way. Oh, mental wellness is the topic of the hour. Mental health and the power to tap into our alignments will lead to our refinements. Phoenix Talk, a show like you've never seen. Phoenix Talks, awareness that has never been. Phoenix Talks with Brindlewolf and Diane. Phoenix Talks, so tune in if you can.
Hey, this is Brindlewolf.
And I'm Lunaria.
You're listening to Rise Awakenings, part of the Rise Radio Network where advice meets action.
We're here to spark your growth, lift your spirit, and help you crush your potential.
Rise awakening, hear the call, through the static, we break the wall. Your station, your voice,
Rise Awakenings. Let's rise together.